to another episode of Vows and Verdicts. We will be discussing. No,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Welcome to another episode of Vows and Verdicts. Today's topic will be parenting after 40 and what no one told us.
Yeah. That's interesting. The I had my children early. Like I was 15 and pregnant, and I had 5 kids in my 20s, and you had your first child in your 20s, and then we decided to have another child. When I had Charles, I was 40. I was 40 or 41. Hell, I have to
Give or
think
take.
about that. Well, no, I had him and I turned 41 in October and I had him in December. So I had him at 41 years old. I would say the pregnancy was probably my best pregnancy simply because I was in a happy place.
Thank you.
It was my most favorite of all my pregnancies. However, it was crazy because we did IVF. The other 5 were conceived naturally. His daughter was conceived naturally, but we decided to do IVF to have Charles, and so that was different, but the pregnancy itself was a happy, healthy pregnancy. But because it was IVF, it was high risk. Because of my age, it was high risk. But I had a wonderful pregnancy, a wonderful baby shower. Like it was really, really a good time. Now, the question always becomes, was that always the plan? Did we decide to have children that late in life?
It was kind of a plan, but not really. We tried, and for one reason or another, it took a lot longer than expected. So, was it? I don't. Yes, it was the plan, and no, it wasn't the
It
plan.
was never my plan. It was never my plan to have a child at 40 years old. When we started dating,
We thought it was gonna happen before 40.
okay, so backing up in our story, we did think it was gonna happen before 30, but I meant
40.
before 40, but we started talking about having a child after being married 2 or 3 years. Well, we talked about it before we got married, but I had my tubes tied, so I had to untie my tubes, and then we tried for a year or two, and then we decided to do IVF to kind of speed along the process. And so no, it wasn't something that we planned that way. We didn't we flat out the question, did we decide to be parents after 40? No. I know that's a thing. There are a lot of professional women that focus on their career and accomplishing certain goals, and they kind of put off motherhood until they're a little more established in their career. Everybody wants to do it all. In my opinion, I think most men will have the opportunity to do what they want with their careers, and becoming a father doesn't really affect that. But when it comes to mothers, when it comes to women, having a child often changes your career. You have to make a lot more pivots.
But things are different now. Men are a lot more involved in parenting, and there are now at-home dads, so it also changes our lives too.
hmm
Okay.
So when we had our son, did it change your life? Did it change your career?
Yes, it touched me. It touched me in a way that I just, always wanted to be that dad, that father. That it just
Did it
it
change your
inspired me.
career?
Not really.
Not really.
No,
Did it change your gym routine?
it did. He came sometimes with me. He would get in there and get his little workout on and do a little kids club.
Okay. From my seat, it didn't change a whole lot of what you were doing. When you wanted to go to the gym, when it was convenient, you took him to the kids club you like to play, and you still went to the gym and did all the things. I'm saying for me, it took a lot more pivots, a lot more pivots rather. The some of it was by choice. The nurturing part, he was more attached to me,
It
and
still is.
that's my sugar.
Mm.
That's my sugar. But I'm just saying, so he went with me to work because I was an entrepreneur. Even then, he could go to work with me, and it didn't really affect anything. You were a firefighter when he was born. So, of course, he couldn't go to work with you.
Came to
So,
visit.
when I brought him to visit, but obviously he can't go to work with you, is what I'm saying. But he could come
No.
with me to my office and that type of stuff. So, it wasn't planned that way. It just happened that way. But that's a big question. Was it planned? No.
That round wasn't planned that way.
What round was planned that way?
Oh, well, the next set of children that we were blessed with, oh, that was left field, unexpected. It was like a scratch off winning.
Because how old were you when Charles was born?
No idea.
So if I was 41, you're 8 years younger than me. So you were what, 33, so around there. So you didn't parent after 40 until we got the girls.
Mm-hmm.
And the girls being our granddaughters, who we got Tegan.
Yeah, it was different. It's a lot different.
Tegan is 3 now, and in a couple of weeks, you'll be 45. So you got a baby after 40.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next year, we got her sister.
Mm.
1 year, they are 1 year and 10 days apart. And wow, it has been very different to parent. And it's interesting to say because biologically they're grandchildren. Technically, they're grandchildren. But we have permanent custody of them. So they are 100% here. We're responsible for them in every way. We're revamping potty training and good manners and everything right now. So it is a terrible 2 and a terrible 3. And they are giving us a run for our money.
Tag team.
I don't know that I thought this deeply about it when we made the decision. And as tough as it gets, I would still make the decision. There are days that I question if I would make that
You
decision.
said you didn't think that deeply. What do you mean?
When we said yes, when we got a call and said, we have a child in foster care in South Carolina, and we believe it's your granddaughter. We want to know if it's your granddaughter, you want to do DNA tests, whatever, and confirm it's your grandchild. And if so, do you want custody of her? Or should we let this other family adopt her? Because if you get her, it's going to be a permanent decision. She cannot go back to her mother.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And at the time, my son, I was dating the mother, of course, you know, and he lived with, a roommate, and their housing situation wasn't situated that neither parent could take care of them. So if we got them, knowing it was going to be permanent, that part was fine. The resources, the know-how, all of that was good. I didn't think about the stress of starting over. Don't make that face because you were tag team Tegan all day long. Yes, you were good with getting Tegan. It was when we just said let's.
I was agreeable on getting Tegan.
Okay, agreeable. It's not like I was. Oh, let's throw a
No,
parade.
because it's sometimes it's one of those things that it's voluntold isn't what it is.
Charles like to play the victim, y'all.
I'm not playing the
And
victim.
you
I'm
sound
just
like a victim when you were like, let's get the yeah.
I agreed to get her. You didn't pull my arm. I will say that. And when I thought about the process, it was at the end of the day, it's one more, and I don't want the burden of you saying, "What if? What happened? What if this happened?" You're not. That's not going to be on me. That you said no. Now for the next one, we had talked about that long and hard, and unfortunately, just being honest, I was okay with not having the second.
And it is, it's a crazy thing, and I'm sure people have their comments on it. But for me, because clearly they're my biological grandchildren, and there wasn't an option for me to leave them in foster care. And the only reason I would have left them there would have been because I was inconvenienced. I couldn't say I'm not healthy. I can't say I don't have space. I can't say I don't have the resources. I'd have been like, you're cramping my style. So you're going to have to, I'm a little stressed out. Like, I have to miss that spa appointment or that vacation. Like the inconvenience of having another baby at this season in my life,
It hits different.
it just, I couldn't not step up to the plate even if that caused some serious strain or whatever it would have resulted between me and you, if I had to choose and you said, I'm not going to do this with you, I can't be mad. Heartbroken, yes, but mad, no, but I still would have done it either way.
Again, and when I'm saying no to the second one, my thing was we talked about it. What happens when he has the next one? No,
Yeah,
no, we're not going to do this. To the point
true.
that the 10-year-old is saying, when I have kids, I'm going to just leave them with y'all. This is the example that you're setting. So now we take on number 2. We took one, we took two. So when he has number three, all signs point to you're going to keep doing this until he stops, or your health declines and you can't do it anymore. So some of it is just what it is. From a selfish place, I didn't partake in this.
I
This
think
is your
we were both kind
responsibility.
of on board with number one. Like, it's an unfortunate situation, thinking it was gonna be number one. If it happens again, you're on your own. And then you get a picture of
You told us
your
they were pregnant
grandbaby.
before
Like,
we even left the
wow.
court thing.
Yeah. The day we walked, the day we got the first one, we're literally leaving court with the first baby. And that's when they told us they were pregnant with the second one. But they had every plan to keep the second one. I'm thinking y'all learn from this situation. You're gonna keep them. You're gonna keep her, and you're gonna do this, and it just didn't work out that way. But
Here we are now. Here we
it's so
are. I mean, it is what it is. When you're younger, you have a lot
sad.
more energy and less money, and now
Yeah.
you have more money and more responsibilities, less energy. Um,
So was it part of your plan to parent after 40?
it was part of my plan to parent after 40.
But still,
Teenagers.
say it was new
Teenagers, not
babies, new
no,
babies.
absolutely not. Maybe some puppies or something, but not
Yeah,
children.
I didn't even plan to have our son after 40. And I definitely didn't plan to start over with a 6 month old when we got this one, and then we got the next one. She was 6 months old. We got them both at 6 months old.
They sweet little girls, but they wear me out.
Yeah,
They wear me out.
that was.
To the
Mm,
point that you can sit on the floor and they still want to climb on your head. Look, play with this, Pop. I got. I'm like, baby, just go play. I'm in the room. No, you can't be just present. You have to interact. They're gonna make you play with them. We're
what
gonna
do you
do
think has
this.
been the biggest surprise about starting over or parenting? This is your first
That
start
I'm
over for me. I feel
that I'm
like this is
starting
start
over.
over
That I'm
number
starting
3.
over. That's the biggest surprise. I'm still. That one is still the ooh. We starting over.
The it's not a surprise, but the thing that still hits me is still that same thing that, oh, we're starting over. But the thought of it, like, how long it takes, that sounds crazy, but like, wow, we got a long way to go. Like,
The
that is
light
just
is so
like,
far away. The tunnel is so far away.
oh, they haven't even started kindergarten yet. And in my mind, I keep breaking it down to like, oh, we're in the thick of potty training. Wow, we got to tie shoes. We got spelling words. We got multiplication facts. Like, we have, oh,
I look the multiplication facts and timetables. I look forward to that opposed to the potty training.
you look forward to that because that with Charles was my thing. You look forward to it because you didn't do it with Charles.
I did.
That was
We
like
talked about it.
99% me.
What?
School.
What? 99% you.
Okay. Well, we can look forward to we can look forward to.
I ain't trying to help with that. I don't wanna. It's little girls. Potty training a boy was a lot easier.
I'm just saying we have just wait. You're gonna say all the things that come with little girls is that's gonna be your pass for everything. They're little girls. They're little girls when they start cycles. They're little girls.
I go to the store and get you what you need. That's
The
about the end of the story.
What about when they have their little boyfriends and they all the
Come
little,
on
oh,
to the
this is
house.
my
We can
boyfriend.
talk. Come on, bring your boyfriend to the house. We need to talk.
Ooh,
Let's talk.
driving. Now
Come on.
driving is your thing. I'm not good at teaching somebody
It's
how to
okay. We
drive.
got our things. I'll teach you how to make a couple meals. Talk to your boyfriend with the dogs in the room, preferably the female that's aggressive. Let them
Ugh.
know how things unfold.
What do you think has been easier? Now, Anicia, you had Anicia in your early 20s. So, like, going back, you have Anicia, and then you have the reference of you have Anicia in your early 20s, and then Charles in the 30s, and then the girls in the 40s. What do you think has been the easiest part about having the babies this go round? If there was an easier part.
You have to get back to me on that one. I honestly, what's easier, um, maybe that you can afford a little bit more,
Yeah.
but your time. With Anisha, I had more time than I have now. I had more energy, and those those two things I'm learning are a little bit more priceless. Your time and your energy, damn the money.
And then Charles is smack dab in the middle of that for you. For me, I would say the resources. Uh, with Tegan and Amara, I have more resources now than I've ever had with a child. Even if, of course, even when we had Charles, but it's nice. You know, when I had my children when they were in the 20s, it was still budgeting to make sure they had diapers and wipes and clothes and stuff. Like it wasn't like now when we want something, just go, okay, go get it and just go get it and just go get it and just go get it. And so that's a blessing to be able to afford them with ease without having the stress of that. And I think that just comes with being an older parent, period. Your finances have grown up a little bit more. Um, the harder thing though is now I'm really focused on my career. That's been the harder part. I was more focused on being a parent with the others. And this phase of our career with two law firms and investments and stuff, it's don't have as much time. But I think it's been harder for me to get to the place where I am comfortable getting help. I think I'm getting closer to getting there. Like, oh, we need somebody to help us clean the house. Hey, we need somebody to help
You're getting
with the
closer.
kids.
I don't know about comfortable yet. Closer. It's a. I can tell it's you're processing like this might be okay. You're not there yet, all the way. You're closer than you've ever been,
Mhm.
and I think it will happen sometime soon. I can't put a.
Yeah, I would love to have a nanny or someone to come. I don't need somebody to like spend the night and do all of that, but someone to come in like in the afternoon to help keep the house tidy and help with transporting the kids and bath time, bedtime, that kind of thing. But it's a comfort level. It's hard to have people in your house that you trust, that's going to treat your children well, that you can just,
That
because
aren't parents or family members, and even though they can sometimes not work out well either, but I understand. Seeing some of the things that have come across your desk and came into the office, I understand what gives you the reserve for that. So I don't find any fault in it, but it's still a energy, energy. Just if I could have a little bit more energy, if that could bottle up some of what them children have and drink a little bit of it, we'd be good. I could run with them and all the good stuff. But after a day of work and people and conversating and adulting, dirty diaper ain't it.
you think you're more patient now or less patient?
I'm less patient.
I think I'm more patient now.
I'm less patient.
I'm too tired to not have patience.
I understand where grumpy old men come from. The reason why I think I became so one thing, having a child in your 20s, I'm closer to being a child. I have a lot more energy. I have less responsibility, less worries. The weight of the world and the things that are in it haven't touched you the same. So you're a lot more free hearted. Now at 40 plus and you have kids, it's you've lived a little, you know the ramifications of certain decisions, and it's okay, I'm trying to show you this. Be still, sit down, shut up, stop moving. I don't have I have this amount of time to get this in you. I'm just less patient because I kind of know what the end goal is, and I'm trying to get there with the time that I know that I have or may not have and try to get there. In some ways, I could be a little bit more patient just because I know the magnitude of what I'm trying to teach you is more important than how I'm feeling about it or the time that I have to give, if that makes sense. It's a okay, I know this is really important that I need to instill this in you. So whether or not it takes days, months, years, I have to commit to getting this instilled in you no matter what. So there are a few things that I understand the magnitude of teaching it to you now, but for the most part, I'm less patient because I feel like I just don't have the time or the energy to or the just the carefree, oh, get it when you get it. No, it's deadlines, it's timing. So that's my reasoning for the impatientness.
I think that I'm more patient, but for the same reasons. You said when you were 20, you had a kid, so you were more closer to being a kid, so you were carefree. for me, at 15 and pregnant,
Mm.
it was very it was very uneventful. You know, I'm 16 and I'm a mom, and I had my second child at 18. But the impact of the second pregnancy at 18, you would think I have a lot of energy and I'll be like, oh, I'm clueless to the world and everything. At 18, with that pregnancy and it being a girl and people telling me she looks like me, it kinda set that spark in me that it's go time because I didn't want her to be like me. So my 18, which 18 with 2 kids, and so that set a trajectory of, "Let's go, you gotta make up for all the huge fuck ups you have created for yourself and for your children, and you gotta create a better life for them." So my 20s didn't feel carefree and, "Oh, I'm a kid and la-di-da, let's have fun." I felt like I gotta get through college, I gotta figure out how to get them out of this poverty, I gotta figure out how to break these curses that people telling me I look like my mom and I am following her path. And now people telling me my daughter looks like me and I don't want her to follow my path. So my 20s felt like I was go, 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 go. You got to finish school. I went this way and tried to do it with college, with the army. And I went this way and with this school and that school and everything to land where I am now. So I felt like my 20s and early 30s were on go the whole time. And now that I've finally gotten closer to the place where I want to be in life, like I am an attorney, I have a career, I have the house I want, I'm in the marriage I want, I have traveled the world and all of these things. Now I can relax a little bit like, okay, you are a lot more, I'm a lot more intentional about what I put into them as they're little. Like I've made enough mistakes to know what I can do and what I can't do, and I have so much to learn. But I know that positive reinforcement is going to be better than the yelling and screaming that I did at 20. And I know that beating a child, in my opinion, you don't pop them to get your attention. But the butt whoopings, I don't feel like they really change anything. As my brother will tell you 1,000 times, like sit down and have a conversation with him so he understands why you want him to do it. Tell him to do it, and because I said so, is not, in my opinion, an effective way of parenting because they'll do it when they're in front of you. But I want you to have the understanding and the discipline to do it when I'm not with you because that's when it matters. When I'm there, I can protect you. When I'm not with you, you need to understand. And I feel like for me, and I can only teach them from my place. If I understand it, I'm more likely to go along with it. So I overtalk everything with them. And you're like, because I said so. If I don't understand why you're telling me to do something, I'm probably not going to do it for long.
I think it's a pair, it's a combination.
It is, but I'm just saying for me, I'm more patient. Um, I'm a lot more patient with Charles like we worked so hard to have him, like the surgeries, the miscarriage before him. When we had Charles, I was a lot more patient because I was so smitten and in love with this little fat little baby. I was, oh my gosh, like I was so just in love with this baby. And when Tegan came, it was more of a commitment. It wasn't oh, I'm so in love. I wasn't in love with her immediately. I didn't plan for her, and it wasn't this instant thing that people say. It wasn't for me like, oh, you're my granddaughter. Look in your eyes, and I just melt, and we are one. That didn't happen for me with her or Amara. You know, truth be told, it was a let me learn you, you learn, and then she grew on me, and then like now we're in love. Amara, same thing. When Amara came, and we changed their names that their mother named them, but we named them, created a space in a room for them. It took time to fall in love with them. I'm gonna do right by you, but I wasn't in love with you. That came a little later. The patience came with just understanding what the impatience will bring and understanding my power and my influence. When I'm dealing with Amara, because she is at that stage where she take me up through there. Like this morning, you know, she a little bitty thing. Oh, she's such a little. She's two, almost 2.5, and she can very easily wear 12-month pants. Some 18 months. She's a tiny little thing, and because she's little, everybody wants to carry her. Oh, she's so cute. They pick her up, but now she thinks that she's supposed to get carried. So we get her up in the morning and get her dressed, get her changed, do all the little hygiene stuff, and we're coming downstairs. She gets to the stairs, she just wait like pick me up. No, you're gonna come. You're gonna scoot. You're gonna come down the stairs by yourself. You're gonna do this. And again, the thought behind it is, if you ever try to come down those stairs without me, for whatever reason, you shouldn't. But I want you to be able to do it safely, so I make them come down the stairs by themselves. She know you're gonna carry me, Amara. Come down the stairs, and she sit there and look at you. And turn her head. Okay, come downstairs. I'm gonna pop you in your leg. Then she start crying, and then she starts coming down the stairs. But when she get to the end of the stairs, she start kicking, screaming, falling down. I'm like, look, girl, today's not the day. I'm not gonna do that with you. In the past, I would have popped her on her legs. It wouldn't have been just a conversation. I would have popped her on her legs and made her do it. I picked her up, take you back to your room, put you in your crib. You can calm down. Clearly, your morning is not starting off well. I'll be back in 5 minutes. And I left. And I went downstairs and got tea and her breakfast. And then you joined us in 5 minutes and she had calmed down. The old me, oh, I would have got the butter from the duck right on the moment. I would have pop, 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 pop. Now you have something to cry about.
Butter from the duck.
I would have got the butter from the duck. That's that fat meat. I would have hit that butt.
Oh.
Yeah.
For some of us that don't know those Southern phrases.
I would have popped her on her behind. How about that?
Oh, okay.
That's what would have happened. So, what is it that you think that? That's the last question, I guess, on this topic, though. What is it you think parents should be talking about more that they're not talking about, especially older parents?
Probably their mental health and maybe your child's sexuality. Those are first child, I had no clue. I had no idea that would be something that would be on the discussion table or something
Which
that I would
one?
have to
Or which part?
both.
Mhm.
I didn't know that, there may be mental issues or to deal with, or that there may be how your child identifies himself and the highs and lows and how to navigate through that. That is something that I don't think parents talk about enough. They may talk about it and hope it goes away, but it's clearly something that's going to happen with or without you, whether you like it or not.
I think that in 2026, I think that people as a whole are talking more about sexuality and becoming a lot more comfortable with sexuality. When I was a child, the word transgender, I had never heard it. The word, transsexual, you had, in the South, you had sissies. That was what it was called. You had a sissy, and I don't recall people being really openly gay. There was a certain thing that a gay person looked like. The gay girls looked this way, and I think I knew one, like up and through high school, maybe two. And in the community, I'm not even saying in school. I mean, inside of school and outside of school, I might have known two gay girls, and I might have known. I don't recall thinking that I knew off the top of my head any guys that I thought was gay. Maybe one or two guys that it was a question about it. My older 20, I feel like the older you get, the more comfortable people got with who they were sexually. But it wasn't as widely accepted as it is now in school. But from a parenting point, I think loving your kids however they are, whether it's a mental health issue, well, obviously, I don't, in my opinion, whatever any child's or person's sexuality should not affect how anybody loves them or accept them. Mental health either. But I'm just saying, I think parents need to open their mind to the idea that their child may have some differences. And some of those differences can be a mental health issue that you need to get them some, don't be that strong parent. My child is not autistic, or my child doesn't have ADD, which I think people are a little bit more, starting to accept it more. But people are even reluctant. I remember when they told me my oldest son was ADD. At first, I was in denial about that. It's not ADD. He just needs to sit down and listen. I'm going to pop him on his behind. But getting to that point where, like, yeah, it's okay. He does have ADD. We need to deal with that. But depression in children is a thing that's on the rise in a way it's never been. And I think a lot of that is the social media and the access to everything in an instance, and the bullying and stuff has increased. Before, bullying was different. In my opinion, when we were younger, someone, cracked a dozen or tell mama jokes. I don't think anybody was saying you need to kill yourself, and you had the whole school like in on it, like kill yourself, this like this constant organized bullying that a lot of the kids face. And now I can't imagine what it is to be 10 years old in school right now, or 15 in school, because I'm so far removed from that. I mean, in a few months I'll be 53. I can't tell you what children go through in high school right now. It was crazy when I was in high school. So to have all access to all the things they have and to see the things they have, parents need to be a little bit more in tune and have those conversations with children.
But trying to be prepared for those conversations. That is
Then talk to somebody about how to have the conversation.
that's the thing of how to prepare yourself for the conversations, and still it be a safe place for your children or the other parent that's involved in it, that you guys can sit down and have these constructive conversations and know how to handle them. It was just something that I would have never thought that would have been discussed. It was, I saw it on TV, I saw it on it doesn't apply to.
Yeah, I think parenting after 40 just makes you think deeper about how you parent and the outcome of how you parent.
Agreed.
But it's definitely a conversation that needs to continue. There are so many support groups out there for dads, for parenting after 40, for parenting grandchildren, parenting children of any sorts. Whether they even have, if your child has this certain disability, they have support groups for parents of blind children. For parents of this children with this or that or whatever.
For all that social media's negativity, they still have a lot of positive
so you can
things
find
that happen
support.
with the groups and the support. So it's
therapy is an amazing thing.
Hopefully you look out, you reach out to those different entities to get some kind of support or get some kind of direction. But those are my thought on one of the things that need to be discussed a lot more. Parenting, whether it's a parent that are suffering from some of these issues and trying to navigate, not just it's the child, it's the parent that's also experiencing that same thing.
Parenting after 40. Make sure you got a good partner to do it with. But if you guys like what we're talking about, or have a topic, or want to comment on parenting after 40, or any of those rough rides, and we got a long way to go. It's a long way to go, but like, love, follow, share, comment. Please comment. Any advice y'all have for parenting after 40, we would gladly take it.